So, at UFC 323, we all know a fight broke out. Not a fight, a scuffle broke out between Jamahal Hill and Joanna Jacek, right? Everyone knew. As kind of put to bed, Jamahal Hill laid everything out. But in between that, after that, this was a day ago, I think, 2 days ago. Ariel Helwani had some things to say, and going over it, I saw Jamahal Hill's recent video of him reacting to this, and I want to go over this too because there's some strange things about this reaction that Helwani did to this, and let's just say he's not a big fan of Jamahal Hill, right? If you saw my original story recap video I did for everything, I said that Helwani and Hill have not been you know, best of buds, and that Helwani would be pumping his fist at this story and celebrating. Oh, it's almost as if I got that right. And if you don't like Helwani and he doesn't like you, he has a major bias against you. And that's the point of this. Helwani cannot properly report and do journalism on people that he is biased against. He just can't. So I want to go through some points in this video. So let's first off start at the beginning. 000. All right, I'm gonna be pausing this video throughout, bringing up some points, bringing up some stats, not stats, but things that they just happen to go over, happen to leave out, or portray in a certain light that doesn't help Jamahal Hill at all. Because Jamahal Hill's my boy, dude. I have his back. And I'm not gonna let this go in silence, dude. All right, my 3 views are gonna get this known. It's gonna go out there, and it's gonna make Helwani start acting right. All right, Guru doesn't cover Helwani anymore. I will. All right, I will, because I need the views. All right, okay. Let's start.
In 60 seconds or less, please break down Joanna Jacek versus Jamahal Hill. Please enlighten me.
All right,
what is
60
happening
seconds
here?
or less. So we saw the clip that looked like it was.
No, we didn't see anything. We didn't see anything.
The clip came out on Saturday night. It looked like it was in someone's shirt pocket. You couldn't really see much, and it appeared to be Joanna versus Jamahal Hill, and Jamahal Hill was like, "I'll knock you the fuck out," and she was like, "Oh yeah, you will," and like we really didn't know what was going on. There was
So instantly, kind of a little bit of a lie right there. Not a lie, but very much so, kind of portraying Jamahal Hill in a disadvantaged way towards him, all right? Saying that he said that he's going to knock her out, right? That's what he said. He says, let's just go over it one more time. What does he say?
out, and she was like, "Oh, you'd be Joanna versus Jamahal Hill," and Jamahal Hill was like, "I'll knock you the fuck out," and she was like, "Oh yeah, you will," and like we really didn't know what was going on.
So this guy, Mr. McLean Baldy over here, says that Jamahal Hill said that he's gonna knock her out, and then she goes, "Oh really?" That's what it was. So let's look over the original video. They never bring up this original video, by the way. Never bring it up. Never even look at it. Can y'all see that? Whoa. Oh, there we go. Never bring it up, never talk about it, never pull it up. They'll pull up other videos. They won't pull up Jamahal Hill's video or this video, which helped Jamahal Hill's case. But they will pull up Joanna's video and Joanna's tweets and thread posts that, can help paint her in a better light. But let's rewatch this video. Let's put our listening ears on. Let's try and really hear what they say. All right, let's start right here. Let's listen. So, I don't know if you can hear it. He goes, "If you touch my girl, I'll knock you out." Strange that Mr. McLean left that part out. Just left that part out completely. That's a big... that's pretty important, to have a part of the story from going, "I'm going to knock you out," to, "If you touch my girl, I'm going to knock you out." Kind of, I don't know, changes the whole idea and the whole meaning behind that sentence. Kind of an important part just happen to be left out, but these are professional journalists. I'm sure they get to it, all right? I'm sure they get to it, but it's just strange because I know better than everyone, and than anyone, the first 30 seconds is all that people watch, Maybe even the first 2. I'm not good at audience retention right now, but we'll work on it. But yeah, the first couple minutes is what most people are going to watch. Take it away, leave, all right? They're doing a quick 60-second rundown, so this is supposed to get the whole story, 60 seconds or less. Leaves out an important, crucial detail that I want to say criminalizes, or you can even say demonizes Jamal Hill. All right, let's just listen to that one more time. This is going to be max audio for a little bit. All right, listen to this. If you touch my girl, I'ma knock you the F out. Alright, that's what he said. That's what he said. Nobody go around it. That's just what he said. Alright. Let me put this back to where it was. There we go. That should be good audio. But yeah, Helwani and his group, his little posse, happened to just leave out that important piece of information. But you know, let's keep on going. Maybe they'll fix that later. They'll fix that later.
There was rumors that it was she had threatened Jamal Hill's girlfriend. That turns out that is not true. Jamal Hill's girlfriend wasn't even
That's
there.
not
We
true.
get a
It was
video
rumors. You know, in the video, Jamal Hill didn't say, if you threaten my girl, that's just rumors. You know, he's not going to, say that's a real. All we know for sure is that Jamal Hill said he's going to knock out this poor 115-pound woman out. All right, that's it. We don't know if, she's possibly threatening his family and loved one. We don't know any of that, even though he posted a video saying that, and he's, wishing he wore a camera and stuff like that. We don't know. All right, we only heard a video of him saying, if you touch my girl, I'm going to knock you out, but that's not solid evidence. All right, so Baldy McBalderson, Mr. McLean, I'm getting blind from just looking at him. He thinks that Jamal Hill just said, hey, I'm going to knock you the F out, No rhyme, no reason, no motivation, all right? There's rumors that there may be motivation, but all we know for sure is that he just said that out of nowhere, all right? So let's keep on going.
released by Joanna Jung Jacek. Not true. Jamal Hill's
back a little
girlfriend
bit.
wasn't even there. We get a video released by Joanna Jung Jacek. Should we just play it?
Should we watch the video?
Let's watch it.
Oh.
So they watch this about minute long segment from Joanna. They don't pull up the original video, though. That's a minute and a half. They don't watch that. They don't try and make heads or tails of that or try and listen to it. They just get past it. They'll listen to Joanna's video, though. They'll put it on screen and have it play, all right? They'll have it, they'll have it be playing, I'm not going to go over it again. I went over it in my last video. You can watch that if you need to. 103. Oh, no, 214. It says skip right there. I didn't read my notes properly. 214. All right, so now they've just watched this video. This is kind of their thoughts and reactions to that video they just saw. All right?
She considers the matter closed. She also posted, I do believe, on Threads, the #1 social media platform.
This was an exclusive thread, yes, but this was a response to Jamal Hill's.
So also, I went over this, but on Threads, she added a second part. So I went over that you're full of lies, Jamal. I know the truth, and it's a shame you didn't have a camera on. But she also added, you should have an honest conversation with your girlfriend first, and please don't involve me in your affairs. So right now, Joanna is kind of maybe hinting at that. Maybe something more went on than what Hill said, or nothing that he didn't shoot. He took his ball and went home. Maybe something more went on, and please don't involve me in your affairs, which is strange because she's the one that started the whole thing. She's the one where Hill was going up to her. I mean, he did go up to her, fair enough. She's the one that went hysterical, started yelling, and had to have security pull her away. I don't think that's the actions of someone that just got involved in someone else's affairs. I don't think that's the action of an innocent person that didn't start anything. I think if you're having to be pulled away by security, a 115-pound woman, they have to pull you away, and you're starting off the video yelling, and then Jamal Hill has to make you stop and threaten you. Not even really threaten you, just try and, I guess it is threatening, but, try and get you to back off. I think you're the problem, if I had to guess. I think you're crazy. Crazy enough, Speaking of crazy. But yeah, they'll go over her Twitter and all that. Her tweet, all that, but, but let's keep on listening.
YouTube video.
Okay, I'm just trying to couple them. Here it is. You are full of lies, Jamal. I know the truth, and yes, it's a shame you didn't have a camera on. We'll explain why she says that in a moment. You should have had an honest conversation with your girlfriend first. Please don't involve me in your affairs. Why does she say, Joanna to Jamal, why does she write, it's a shame you didn't have a camera on?
Because Jamal Hill.
So already, actually, you know what? I'm gonna let this go a little bit more. Let me go.
They'll release like a
let this go little bit more.
7-minute video breakdown of everything that.
So it wasn't 7 minutes. It was 27 minutes, I think. Let me actually, you know what? If we go to his YouTube, can y'all see that? Yep. Response to Joanna. How long does that say right there? How long does that say right there? 27 minutes. He made a 27 whole minute breakdown. I did a 50-minute breakdown covering that and going over some other stuff and kind of elaborating what I thought. But it's just 7 minutes. So already we're reducing Jamal Hill's story to a 7-minute interval. That doesn't really. It was a 7-minute video. Already I don't like how he's portraying this video. Man, I can't say portray. Portraying Jamal Hill's response video. Because he kind of lessens it. He kind of demeanors it. No. Shrinks it. I'm at a loss of words whenever I try and think of something. Anyways, he tries to make it less than what it is. 7-minute video, nothing much. Where that whole 27-minute video was a lot of setup from Jamahal Hill, a lot of context and given reasoning, and so he says it's a 7-minute, but later in this thing you'll have, I feel like it seems like they know there's a 27-minute video, but that 7-minute video is really all that you need to watch. Hill made a 27-minute response video. You only need to watch what? A fifth? A fourth? 7 times 4 is 28. Yeah, a fourth of it. You only need to watch a fourth of it. Only need to watch a fourth of his response video. Who cares about the other 3/4? But let's keep on going. Let's see what Baldy has to say.
That happened, and he leads it off with, I wish I was just wearing a body cam so you could see how crazy this woman started acting. He essentially explained the situation. He went up to Joanna. She immediately was just like, oh, you've been talking shit. You've been talking shit. He didn't know what she was talking about.
So that's not what happened. Even in the 7-minute video, I'm pretty sure he said, when she went up to him, she said, I heard, where's your girl? Where's your girl? Where's your girl? That was the first thing that Jamahal Hill said, is that she said, where's your girl? But all of a sudden, to make it look like even worse, that they're making it look like Jamahal Hill's girl wasn't brought up at all. That his girlfriend wasn't threatened to have her face smashed in, and that Jamahal Hill only had his face threatened to be smashed in. Even then, they're kind of even processing over the fact that she's hysterically threatening Jamahal Hill and his girlfriend. Well, that's cool. That's cool. Just go over the fact that they were threatened. That's cool. Okay. So in this guy's world of view, in this guy's chain of events, she said, you're talking trash. Not that she started off this conversation saying, where's your girl? Where's your girl? Making it pretty clear that she's upset about that. When you start an argument, if you're angrily talking about something, and you start off with that by saying, where's your girl? Where's your girl? I think that's pretty important. Oh my goodness. Pretty important to the story, to understanding the full context of the story, but this guy doesn't think so. She just said, you're talking trash, which she did say that, but conveniently missed where she also started off saying, where's your girl? Where's your girl? Strange.
He claims that he was like, if I was talking shit, just let me know what I said. And she wouldn't tell him. She said, I'm from Poland. We don't act like that. You've been talking shit.
You know what? That's 100%. He did get that 100% right. She was from Poland, and they do not play that game. But then he also said, you heard it. He said he's trying to calm her down. So in her response to Jamahal Hill's post, she didn't disprove it. She didn't say this is false, this is false, this is false. She just said, yeah, you should have had a camera on. I'd love to see it because she's crazy. She's crazy. You know, Halloween. She's dressed up as a witch or something. She's crazy. Halloween was a couple months ago. She's crazy, right? But it seems like we can take her word for it. We can take her word as stone cold truth, stone cold Austin truth. That's a fact. Slap the truth. Slap a truth sticker on it. All right. Jamal Hill's words, though, you're gonna have to take that with a grain of salt. All right, buddy. All right, we're in the salt factory. We're in the salt mines. We're with Joe Pfeiffer. You're gonna have to take it with a grain of salt. You know, let Joe Pfeiffer mine off a salt block for you. You're gonna have to take a grain of salt with that statement from Jamal Hill only. All right. But he said he was trying to calm her down and find out the reason why she was hysterically upset at his girlfriend and then him, and then saying that they're talking crap. You know, let's continue.
That you've been talking shit, and it just continued to escalate from there, and then security got involved. Now, on the back end of that,
got involved. So when you hear security got involved, what do you picture? Close your eyes. What do you picture when you hear security got involved? You imagine them breaking it up, dragging both away, separating both, getting both out of there. There is video evidence. You know what? Let's have a little bit of fun. Let's go back. Let's go back to this video where you can clearly see video evidence where Jamal Hill standing right there. I thought he was right there in the first one. My bad. Hey, Jamal Hill, it's a dark room. All right, pal. I knew you loved that. I can't even tell what kind of shirt that is, but Jamal Hill's right there. All right, my original video got that wrong. So you see him standing, no security guards in here. Maybe that guy's a security guard, but he's not dragging him away. He's not having his arms around him. He's just standing there kind of watching, all right? But if you go here, who's this crazy lady getting dragged away? Having to have a security guard hold her, a 115-pound woman, you have to have a grown man pull you away, and she's still talking over his shoulder, trying to talk. Was that the security guards just stepping in, or was that them removing Joanna from the situation because she's causing it? I don't know. Just a weird way to phrase it, in my opinion. But maybe I'm looking, I'm looking too much into this, and that, they phrased it right, and I'm just a little crazy, Maybe. Just a weird way to phrase it, Weird way to phrase it, because it makes it look like, I don't know, Joanna's not at fault. I don't know. Makes her look like she's not at fault and that she didn't get pulled away and that they didn't have to pull her away and make it look like she's in the wrong. If you say that, she'll look pretty bad, You don't want to make her look bad. You want to make Jamal Hill look bad. But we can't say the security pulled away Jamal Hill because that didn't happen, So we just got to say they stepped in. All right, let's keep on going.
Jamal Hill admitted to attempting to sleep with Joanna in November of 2023, and he went through all of the DMs between them, and he showed how they were trying to link up at a hookah bar and then the hotel bar, and then it ended up being unsuccessful for him, so he went home, and then after that they had no beef. I don't know, I'm not certain why he had to show the DMs from 2023, but there have been several since, and they never seem to have any beef. So Jamal Hill.
So he's not sure why Jamal Hill would show context to why he initially had his initial shot towards Joanna and that there was nothing bad afterwards. If he just showed the aftermath of him, not successfully shooting a three-pointer, basketball, if he showed I'm glad he showed because also we got the I can't watch you, but you can't watch me, but I can watch you scary message from Joanna. I mean, you needed to see that. Might have like a dead eye or something, dude. It's like I look like that guy from the Goonies that Ian Gary called JDM. I forgot his name. Anyways, what was I saying? Man, what was I saying? Let's think back. Think back. What was I saying? Oh yeah, the DMs. So there was no reason for Jamal Hill to show context behind the initial attempt at trying to have a relationship with her. No need, No need to show that. It was very that she was that she that she responded, cooperate, cried, dude. Dude, I'm like an idiot in these videos. Anyways, there was no need to show the initial back and forth between them. You know, there was no need. There was no need to show that she was saying like, hey, come here, dude. Come here, bring your people. And that when things didn't work out and he said, shake my head, there was no crazy outburst between the two. There's no need to show that. Is this what this guy's thinking is? You know, there was no need to show the initial thing that's kind of the root of all this problem, if I had to guess. If I had to take a crazy, you know, if I had to take my own three-pointer for my own half-court shot, I would think maybe that has something to do with this, but these guys are saying, dude, why'd Jamal Hill show those DMs? Why'd he show them? It's almost like it's good for context and good for, you know, painting Jamal Hill in a good light and will help clear up his name. But they don't like that because they don't like Jamal Hill. Because there was this whole thing where Ariel told Jamal Hill's manager that he was being mean to them. He like cried to Jamal Hill's manager saying, Jamal Hill's being mean to us, please make him stop. That's a true story. That's a true, genuine story. And there's not that whole thing where Jamal Hill was like, a thing for domestic abuse between him and his brother, and people are kind of making that look like it was actually between him and a woman, or because you just hear domestic abuse, you assume it a woman and you know him, but they're not trying to portray. I'm not saying these guys are doing it, but there wasn't people also doing that, so there's not a whole bunch of backlash on Jamal Hill for no reason from this thing that they're just adding on to. I'm sure. Let's keep on going. They don't understand why he would add context to this situation. What an idiot. Why would you add context and further understanding to this situation? You're dumb, alright? You're such a weirdo for showing those DMs, pal. I don't know why you had to go back to where this all started, dude. I like to start halfway through a story. I know it best if I start halfway. God, bald.
Hill walked away from the situation confused and didn't know what happened and why Joanna was so upset with him.
Who saw that pairing, right? I mean,
I don't think it was a pairing. Jamal did admit in the video he attempted and was denied.
okay.
And so he took his ball and went home. That's what he said.
Another thing that makes Jamal Hill look bad. He said Jamal Hill was denied. He was denied. There was a point guard on that. They slapped that ball, that three-pointer out of the way. He was denied. He was not denied. He said so in the video. They just weren't meshing. All right. His game was work. He could have pulled that night. It's just it wasn't working. He didn't, enjoy the way she was speaking, stuff like that. I wouldn't be surprised if she was crazy drunk too, and he's like, ugh, I don't really know if I like where this is going. So he left. But by him saying that Jamal Hill was denied, which in the video that he posted, that's 27 minutes long, because I watched the whole thing. I went over it. We went over it 50 minutes. In that video, he said that it was a mutual. It just didn't work out. Things don't have to work out all the time. That's why, I don't have, that's why things just don't have to work out, guys. That's a fair story, life lesson. But yeah, they don't have to work out all the time. You don't have to be bad in 1,000, all right? You can not even miss. You can just not. The pitcher and the batter may just not want to play ball. That's just how it is. And it's a mutual thing. You respect each other still, and then you go home. You take your ball, and you go home, like Jamal Hill said. But by saying that he was denied is also a strong word. Not that she refused or that, she politely rejected him or politely declined. Denied. Very negative connotation. It kind of seems like Jamal Hill has, I don't know, a grudge? I don't know. Maybe that's why he showed context to the video where they didn't fight back and forth in DMs after it didn't work out and, just fizzled out, and he made sure to show that there was no anger between them in the DMs. But these guys wouldn't want that. So you say that he was denied, makes it look bad on Jamal, makes it look like he has a grudge, possibly, which would maybe explain why he would say, I'm going to knock you out, if you were just going through this guy's story, this guy's makeshift bizarro story that he has crafted, he's molded like Play-Doh on the fly. But I like to give the whole story, personally. I know I'm not a big journalist like Ariel Helwani, Don't have a big crew. I don't have like 4 guys. I'm on a laptop. I don't even have a mic. I'm just speaking to my laptop. But I like to give the whole story, like I think a journalist should or something like that. Just in my opinion. My opinion. I may not be in the yellow pages, but, may not be front cover stuff, but I like to give the whole story. So let's keep on going. Like I said, I'll give the whole story. So let's keep on going.
PT, your thoughts?
And then this Irish guy speaks, and I can't stand him, but we have to listen. I'm sorry. If you have to, I'm covering his face. Let me move my camera. I'll just cover this guy's face. This guy says nothing, so I'll take his spot. I'm him now. Dude, look. I'm an Ariel goon. Look at this. I'm a goon in Ariel's crew. Let's go. I hate Jamahal too. But let's let Irish guy speak his mind. All right. Speak his mind. To 606.
I read all this and it was so confusing. I was like, am I having a stroke? Like, I was like, I don't know what the fuck is going on here. I don't know why, the messages are,
Yeah.
I don't know why did you do that? But I don't know, dude. It's just.
So he said he read all this. Man, I need to keep on moving my camera around, huh? I should just unlock it. Let me move it out of this dumb, stupid afro head. I'll just shrink my head down. There we go. There we go. I don't wanna interrupt the little guy over there. Crud, he's bigger than me on the camera right now. That does not look good. Anyways. So he said he read the situation. It was a video, so maybe he just read tweets or read like an article or something over this, and he's confused. He thought he had a stroke. And he goes, again, him and Baldy have a real hard time wrapping their head around why Jamahal would give context and show the messages. Why would you show context, dude? Context is so last year, alright? It's about to be 2026, the year of no context. Alright, get behind the times, pal. But yeah, let's keep on going. I'm sorry that you'll have to listen to this guy. I'm sorry.
It's kind of hard to rescue the saying, I'm gonna fuck you up to a woman is tough,
I think it was, I'll knock you the fuck out.
He says that
change my sentiment.
He says that on camera.
Yeah.
You can hear it?
Yeah. That was the OG video.
Oh, he admits to it. Like, he's saying in that video, he's like, yeah, I did say this, but the reason I said this was that she was so crazy.
Well, he doubles down the fact that he says that if she had attempted to hurt my girlfriend, I would have knocked her the fuck out.
Now, what is it? Here's the
But the
part that I
girlfriend
don't
isn't
understand.
there. The girlfriend is
Oh, let me let him keep going.
not there.
My confusion is, what does his girlfriend have to do with this?
He says that he says that
Go ahead.
Joanna came up to him and was just like, "Where's your girl at? Where's your girl at?"
Do you
And he
think?
was
Okay,
like-
now do you think that's because?
So, what is that? 5 minutes and 11 seconds into this video, halfway through this video, they finally bring up the whole thing where she walked up threatening, like, being hostile to the thought of his girl. If someone goes, yo, where's blank at? Where's blank at? I'm going to think, oh, they're trying to do something to them. No? Am I crazy? If someone said, where's blank, where's blank, where's blank? I'm going to think, oh, they're trying to do something to them. Talk to them, fight them, put them in a guillotine. I don't know. I just know they're looking for them. So this guy's like, just gonna call Mr. Irish is like, well, the only thing that he's basically saying the only defendable thing for him saying I'm gonna knock you out is if she was threatening his girl, but his girl wasn't there. So the threats that she made towards his girl are now nullified. If they're not there, they can't be threatened. All right. If you threaten me to my face, and then that's not good. But if you threaten a family member of mine to my face, but they're not there, I gotta let that go. I gotta let that go. I can't do anything. That's free. That's free game. That's free game right there. I can't do nothing against that. All right. Ariel, being such the journalist he is, what does his girlfriend have to do with this? What is this? I feel like he's playing dumb because you could tell the whole thing was they even gave you a little bit of context about him possibly threatening the girl, and now you're like, what does the girlfriend have to do anything with this? Are we just now tuning into the story? I'm 30 minutes in. You're 5 minutes in of your Baldy and Irish guy rambling back and forth. And so, Baldy in the corner, down there, finally makes it known that, oh, she like said that she was like being hostile to his girl, saying, where's your girl, or something. Doesn't bring up the fact that that Jamahal Hill in the video that they have at least seen 7 minutes of, threatened his girl and then him to his face, saying, I'll smash your girl's face in and then I'll smash your face in. I should have smashed your girl's face in the last time I saw her. Guess when that gets brought up? Guess what timestamp that comes up? None. No timestamp at all. Timestamp at all when that comes up. It's lost in the wind. Like a fart in the wind, alright? This Irish guy knows about that, dude. It's a McGregor. But yeah. Let's keep on going. What time? Where was that out? 5:11. So I go to 6:06.
The girl and Joanna had a prior beef, or is it because like, hey, we had something and now you've moved on and I'm pissed?
He does explain in the video that there was an event that they were at and they were seated next to each other and everything was cool, and that's why he explained the attempt to hook up with her. And his manager said to Jamal Hill's girlfriend was like, "Oh yeah, Jamal tried to sleep with Joanna," but he said that like nothing really.
Not his manager, her manager. Just so you know. So another. If I was the Ariel Helwani show, I'd have a big like lie counter, like somewhere. I'm not, so I don't. But you know, that's another fib. It's not his manager; it was her manager. That was, and if you listen to the video, I feel like that's a weird thing I have to keep on bringing up. But if you go to the person who was a part of the situation and gave their own thoughts and feedback and experience of what happened, if you listen to that, he said that her manager was trying to provoke his girlfriend all night long. And that he's already told his girlfriend about that because he's an open book and he tells, he doesn't hide anything. Because why would he hide it? They ended it amicably. I think I nailed that one. Boom. But why would he hide it? There's no reason to. But, the manager's poking and prodding and digging and dodging and weaving and trying to cause a stir, trying to cause some mayhem. And it's well known that her manager kind of likes to cause some trouble. So she's kind of the root of all this. She's got off free. She's gotten off scot-free, but, they just kind of brush past everything that would help Jamahal Hill. They're like, the manager, they said his manager told his girlfriend that she was sleeping, and they also didn't bring up the point that the manager's the one who said, "You slept with Jamahal Hill?" loudly at the table wherever they were at, like a banquet or something, I think so. She's like made it a huge situation, caused some drama in a public situation to embarrass Joanna. Just didn't bring that up, That was in the 27-minute video, which would give you context to this. But these guys are professional journalists. They know how to do the least amount of work and get the whole story. They know how to do that. So I'm going to let them do their job and keep on talking.
Like came of that, and like he had already told his girlfriend that, so she didn't care.
Okay.
I'm not going to lie. I'm with Pizzi. I really don't know what is going on.
I watched like 30 seconds.
You don't know what's going on. I'm glad I'm getting my information from these guys who have no idea what's going on, dude. I have a pretty good grasp of what's going on. I don't know the full story, but I can follow the basic layouts. I've watched the video, gone through it. I've seen Jamahal Hill's response. I've watched enough and seen enough where I kind of know the basics behind the footnotes. I kind of know the path this story has taken to get here, right? I'm not lost. I'm not thinking I had a stroke. I don't know what's got these guys. Maybe it's the fact they watched a 7-minute segment of a 27-minute video. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's just all of it. Ariel here about to ask you another mind-blowing question. Take it away, Ariel. He's the leader of this show, of this little ragtag bunch of... Man, he's got everybody. No, there's two baldies. Dude, that really is just Ariel 1 and 2 down there. Dude, he's just Ariel without glasses in that bottom left, huh? That's Ariel... That's Prime Ariel. This is Delta Ariel, like Beta. Ariel Beta, right? You know what? That's a good name. Go start calling him Beta from now on. All right, let's keep on going.
Seconds of Jamal's video and like 25 of
He
Joanna.
missed the
And then
6.5.
I said I can't. I don't.
So Ariel was like, I watched 30 seconds and I was done. He's like, dude, it was 6.5. It was so much more. Yeah. So all they've seen is this 7-minute segment, not even breaking down fully everything. Sick, cool, awesome. I'm glad these people. How many views does this have? I'm glad 77,000 people got their news from this, half-heartedly, with no effort put into it. That's great. I did a 50-minute breakdown, and it got, I think, 35 crazy views. No one watched it, though. It was like a 22-second retention rate, but that's cool. These guys are a lot better than me, right? Let's keep on going.
I don't know what's going on.
I tried 2 written versions just because I thought it was something wrong with my brain.
I mean, Joanna's was written. She just read the caption word for word.
Rick, what do you think of this? I mean, tell us.
No, I feel like you guys covered it. We handled it really well. The breakdowns make a lot of sense.
So that's that. Luckily, he stepped in, so he kind of cleared up everything. Luckily, that guy did. Let's keep on going. I'm gonna skip his part. 6:35. They're just talking and laughing. The Irish guy's laughing so much, dude. Funniest thing ever. 35. Come on. I think this is it.
A breakdown at some point from Jack Mack, but if you type in Jamal Hill on Twitter, the second tweet is from one Ben the Bane.
There it is. What does it say?
Says he's going to KO Joanna if he touches his girl at UFC 323. His girl was not at UFC 323. Vintage Jamal Hill.
That's the part, right? Like so that was the thing that people were kind of with him. Like they're like, right, if that maybe that gives him some kind of explanation. If his missus is there beside him and she's trying to kill her, and he's like, I'm gonna fuck you up if you do this. I don't know if that's justification, but a lot of people thought. But then when it's like my missus wasn't there, what? What?
So this guy, he's like, the whole reason I can't even do an Irish dude. He's like, well, the whole reason I thought it was acceptable is because the girl was there and he was trying to protect this girl, against another girl. Even though she is a woman, she is trained in martial arts. She's reached the highest peak of martial arts. Not martial arts, the highest peak of combat sports. The highest peak. She's in the Hall of Fame for the UFC. Reached the highest peak of combat sports. And I was like, well, if she's trying to attack her, I guess that's... If she's trying to kill Jamal Hill's... I probably shouldn't have said that. If she's trying to harm... There we go. Jamal Hill's girlfriend, Joanna, is trying to harm Jamal Hill's girlfriend, and he defends her. I guess that's fine. But because she's just threatening his girl to his face and him to his face, no need to say that, man. He didn't even do anything. He just said, hey, if you touch my girl, I'm gonna knock you out. Cause and effect, kind of... A cause and effect. Oh, crud. Don't do this. A cause, right? Cause to effect kind of scenario that Jamal Hill has laid out. You touch my girl, I'm going to knock you out. Pretty simple, hard to miss. It's not like I'm going to knock you out for no reason. It's if you harm my girl like you've said you would, I'm going to knock you out. And these guys are like, dude, she wasn't even there. What does this matter? And it's like, well, if you watch Jamal Hill's video, where you saw that they were at a random event and they were paired together, and in his reaction to the video to this, he also says that because she's with Jamal Hill and they're both UFC fighters, Joanna's still training, they're going to meet each other in the UFC PI at events. Crazy thing I know, but UFC fighters can bump into each other at UFC events. What the heck? What the heck, dude? That is crazy. Okay, don't know what that was. I don't know. An alien invasion just happened outside. But let's get back to this. But yeah, this guy's flabbergasted that you would try and prevent someone from harming a loved one. Great guy. Great guy right here. Great guy.
It's
Okay.
happening.
Yeah, go ahead.
So it actually
More
looks
intel?
like... Yeah, a little bit more intel here.
Okay.
It looks like there was an Instagram story from Jamal Hill's girlfriend Says, I've been moving all day. Yes, I've seen the news. I usually ignore it, but in this instant, I will address it. It's been somewhat astonishing watching so many outlets speculate on what happened. I'm in the same boat as most of you because I wasn't even at UFC 323. I was at home drinking wine and watching the fights. Ha ha. So for those who are asking what happened between Joanna and I, nothing. I wasn't even there, so I'm just as confused as everyone else. However, detailed response video is being released within the next few hours.
Oh, wow. Okay.
You want to know what that video was? It was 27 minutes long, which you didn't watch. Crazy. Oh, wow. This sounds like Ariel wants to watch this. Where's this breakdown video explaining everything? It's almost like it was posted the day before this video was released, the day before y'all talked about this. And, I don't know. Y'all may have just not watched it, because, then you'd have to hear Jamahal Hill's side of the story. Uh-oh. And of course, this is the only real piece of credible evidence that they've brought up, not even in favor of Jamahal Hill, because they're still running along with the fact that his girl wasn't there, so why do you even say that? So this is just, they brought up a piece of Jamahal Hill's evidence that you could use for Jamahal Hill and use it against him by using it as like, see, his girl said she wasn't there, so why is he threatening this 115-pound girl, which doesn't look good. It's not going to look good. Jamahal Hill isn't liked by the MMA community after the Pereira thing, and then, he talks a lot on Twitter, and then you had the Ariel thing, where they had beef, and now he doesn't like him, so now guess what? He's doing biased journalism, just how it is, because he doesn't like him. But yeah, people don't like Jamahal Hill in this community, so guess what? They're going to write him off and, try and take the easiest path of, I guess, logic that's, well, Jamahal Hill's the bad guy in this. Girlfriend not there. Threatened a 115-pound woman. Jamahal Hill's the bad guy. That's just how it is. Let's just not do any further research, and let's not hear what Jamahal Hill said himself in a 27-minute video. 27 minutes, by the way. They watched 7 minutes. A fourth of it. Sick. Cool. Let's keep on going.
Joaquin
Does that mean
Buckley.
Jamal's detail, though?
I just want to let you know, guys, that Joaquin Buckley has weighed in. I see
Oh,
here,
well, thank God.
Buckley.
This is my favorite part. Okay? So Joaquin Buckley has weighed in. Actually, you know what? Let me see if I can find the video. How do you spell Joaquin Buckley? Nope. Okay. Let's find this. Joaquin Buckley. Let's pull up this. Can y'all see this? Oh, you can? Perfect. So this is the video.
And means to stand up for themselves and to stand up for the truth. I expect more from the society. I certainly expect more from athletes in our sport. I want to thank the UFC security and staff for their professionalism. I consider this matter closed, and I wish everyone a happy and healthy holiday season.
So I do want to say, I forgot to bring this up, but it's really easy to say, I consider this matter closed. They brought it up in the Ariel thing. Well, she considers this matter closed. She's just trying to get past this, It's Jamahal Hill bringing this up still. It's easy to bring a situation closed when you're the one that did the threatening. I wish, if I caused a problem and I could just say, well, I consider this situation closed. Boom, it's over, I rob a bank. I'm trying to get arrested. I'm under scrutiny. They're thinking I robbed the bank. They're catching up on me. I go, I consider this situation closed. Boom, done deal. Wipe my hands off. Call it a day. I'm a millionaire, dude. I just robbed that bank for free. I considered this situation closed. So now the situation where I'm in the wrong is done. I don't have to worry about it. I am free of all wrongdoing. All right. I'm a free man, dude. So I wish that I had the superpower where I can just say, I don't like this situation. Bye-bye. It's closed now. That situation where I was wrong in, it's not a situation anymore because I consider it done. Boom. Done. So this is Buckley's response.
Yep. She did that shit. I ain't falling for it. You did that shit. Joanna, you know you did that shit.
Or disrespect.
So that's what Buckley said. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, no. No. Let's see what Buckley thinks. Let's see what Ariel Helwani thinks about this little response from Buckley. Look at that grin. Dude, look at that grin on Ariel's face, dude. Look at that. What a beautiful grin, dude. Let's hear what he has to say.
What I would like a Joaquin Buckley Jamal Hill tag team. I feel like that would be.
Whoa. Jamal Hill, Joaquin Buckley. What, dude? Man, Ariel has gone very forward with his flirting. I know he did that Rampage Jackson licking his lips when he saw how in shape Rampage Jackson was, but he's really stepped it up, dude. He's really stepped it up. No, he's talking about them teaming up for some weird reason. Let's hear this reason why he wants them to team up.
Just against Joanna?
No. I just mean they just seem to be like the same type of vibe as far as the way they handle these situations. It's like it's always great, internet fodder. Yup, she did that shit. I ain't
What you mean by that?
falling for it. That's what Joaquin Buckley has said.
He.
What you mean by that? They're just very similar types of people, and they like the same food, or I don't know. I could probably get some crazy stuff. I don't want to go as far, but Ariel was thinking they're very similar, and of course, I don't know if you know this. Joaquin Buckley also brought up to Ariel's face, "Hey, you're doing stuff that'll get the fighters in trouble with the UFC. I don't like that." And so, guess what? Ariel also doesn't like? Joaquin Buckley. So he's grouping them in. He's like, okay, so these guys are like the same people. They deal with drama the same way. What drama has Buckley been in, dude? I can't think of any off the top of the head. Jamal Hill has been proven right in most of his dramas. I think the only thing is the Pereira stuff where he just went a little. But he was heel and it was fun, I feel like everyone's a baby now. You can't take a guy going heel for a couple days. Come on, dude. That's the fun. I wish more people went heel, alright? Dude, I miss it. I didn't even get to see it, I started watching UFC at UFC 307. That's the first UFC thing I've seen. I haven't seen anything really earlier than that besides like the free fight stuff on YouTube. Okay? And then like maybe some film for like fight predictions. But really I haven't seen anything earlier than that. I didn't get to be in an era where there was heels, where you got like personality. I'm in the era where it's like, yeah, I respect, and then I respect a little bit more, and then I respect. Man, it's already 50 minutes. I can drag things out, huh? But yeah, that's the video. Ariel Helwani just finds Buckley and Jamal Hill very similar. Very similar. And I swear to you, I listened to Jamal Hill's reaction when you need to watch his video. I'll post that in the description. Jamal Hill's reaction to this when he listened to this video and he gets to this part. Before he says it, I go, "What do you mean by that?" And Jamal Hill says the exact same thing, dude. It was so funny. You need to watch Jamal Hill's reaction. I'll put it down below. But dude, just a strange thing from Ariel. Seems to very much so dislike Jamal Hill and biasly reporting this situation. Very biasly. Like someone who's biased. Just strange. I find it very strange that this is one of the biggest, 378,000 subscribers. One of the biggest MMA shows on YouTube that's like a production that has company backing behind it. If you count that, if you say he's the biggest journalist, he's the biggest journalist figure, he's the biggest production, I guess, of MMA news. One of the biggest MMA YouTubers in general, not in terms of numbers, but he'll get fighter interviews, he'll get like some things that pop off. I have 9 subscribers, so what do I know? But it's strange, very strange, that he just holds this grudge so deep. Like, if you even wronged Ariel once, he will remember. He will remember. And like a debt, he will have some interest rate. He will return with some interest rate on to repay you for your meanness towards him. That kind of worked. That joke kind of worked. But yeah, that's how it went. That's the situation. That's the sit rep. I think Jamal Hill's being, again, counted out and being villainized, demonized by the MMA community for no reason. So I had to put my foot down, let everyone know the law, because this video will go huge. It will go massive. 50 minutes long. Wow, I can talk, dude. That is a skill of mine. I can yap the night away. So yeah, that's the video. Subscribe. Like and subscribe, dude. Subscribe and then like. One of the others, maybe watch it this far in the video. Because no one watches this far. But, I would. I probably will be watching this far. Comment down below what you think, dude. Make sure to comment. Make sure to comment, like, subscribe. YouTube stuff. But yeah, that's it. Don't be funny. Make some money. Buy the numbers, dude.